Good morning, everyone. It is my great honor to participate in the Global Perspectives in International Management seminar. My name is Huang Jing, and I'm a second-year international business management student from Monash University, Malaysia. I recently completed a 2-month internship in Publicis Group in France during the last holiday break. And through in-depth interactions with my French colleagues and counterparts from the Shanghai office, I gained a deep appreciation for how cultural differences between France and China impact teamwork. So, today, I will analyze the individualism and long-term orientation dimensions of Hofstede framework in China and France. I will also share my plan for developing a global mindset. Using Hofstede country comparison tool, we can clearly visualize the differences. Firstly, China scores 20, classifying it as a collective society. In collective cultures, people are interdependent within their in-groups, prioritize the goals of their in-groups. So therefore, Chinese society attracts great importance to group harmony and avoids open conflicts. In contrast, France exhibits a high level of individualism, scoring 70. In individualistic cultures, people are autonomous. They prioritize personal goals over the goals of their in-groups. Therefore, French society emphasizes individual achievement and independence, encourages the expression of one's own ideas, and allows open discussion in the group, right? So now let's examine the long-term orientation dimension. China scores close to 90, which is very high. This reflects a long-term perspective. Just by delayed gratification to achieve more lasting goals, strategy planning usually spans several years or even decades. For France, let's look at France. France scores 60. While this is higher than the global average but lower than China's scores. This suggests France balances short-term and long-term goals more evenly, demonstrating a degree of pyramiding. So let's go on. The profound differences between France and China significantly impact how multinational corporations operate, manifesting in 3 key aspects. First, France adopts flatter structures to encourage individual contribution. Conversely, according to earliest research, China exhibits a preference for group-based rather than individual-centric approaches, adopting hierarchical management. Secondly, in motivation and reward systems, France functions as a achievement-oriented society, insisting on evidence of what one can do to determine rewards. However, performance evaluation in China is based on team contribution and attracts great importance to team bonuses. Finally, in France's individualistic context, employees favoring direct communication, whereas in China, indirect communication is paramount, requiring managers to provide feedback privately. Next part, there are 2 cases. The first case is careful in China. It implemented flatted management structure where store managers act like kings of their stores. This direct management style creates friction with China's collectivist environment. Careful enforce short-term performance management in China. The profit-driven performance system also leads to a tenure of only 3 years for senior executives. This time frame is insufficient to formulate sustainable business plans and visions. So finally, Careful failed to adapt to China's rapidly evolving digital retail landscape and existed market. The next case is Dano in China. In contrast, Dano successfully adapted its approach. It made a significant long-term investments. Crucially, Dano shifted its marketing focus from emphasizing individual health benefits to highlighting family health. Therefore, Dano's market penetration rate in China has steadily increased. In multinational operations, cultural differences directly determine managerial effectiveness. So lack of global thinking can lead to serious consequences such as communication disruptions, decision-making conflicts, and so on. Crucially, the ability of a global mindset to understand, adapt to, and integrate different cultural perspectives enable future leaders to address cultural frictions through inclusive strategies, seize opportunities. As a second-year IBM student, my cross-cultural engagement remains primarily academic, lacking real-world application. While proficient in English and Chinese, I require advanced French business communication skills. My understanding of Western system remains fragmented, so it is very necessary for me to broader contextual learning. So in order to cultivate my global mindset, during my university, I will enroll in European politics international relationship courses during my upcoming Hong Kong exchange to broaden my knowledge. Currently, I commit to achieving French B1 within 12 months via daily Duolingo practice, while weekly reading of The Economist will sharpen my global analytical learning. Within 4 years after graduation, I will pursue multinational programs like the Real International Management Trainee to experience operational diversity firsthand. Then I sought opportunities for overseas assignment to improve my adaptive leadership skills in markets with different cultures. For instance, maybe I will transfer from France to the Middle East. Last but not least, global thinking is not a soft skill, but the core competitiveness of managers in the digital age. From the student stage, through the three-dimensional preparation of knowledge learning, practical reflection, and language learning, I can gradually cultivate cultural empathy and drive team innovation in complex environments in the future. Thank you for your all listening.